or sensory innervation of inner organs. From receptors in inner organs, sensory fibers from uterus, plexus uterinus, from urinary bladder, plexus vesicalis, plexus rectalis, goes to plexus pelvinus, and from plexus pelvinus, two ways of sensory innervation. One way through nervis planchnici pelvini, and in this case sensory fibers continues into sacral spinal nerves, and where will first neuron? First sensory neuron. Where is it?
Spinal.
Yes, spinal ganglions of sacral spinal nerves. That is one way. Another way from plexus pelvinus through nervi splanchnici sacralis, and these sacral splanchnic nerves goes to sacral ganglions of sympathetic trunk and goes upward through rami interganglionaris, goes to upper lumbar ganglions, and from here through rami communicans albi goes to upper lumbar nerves, and in this case first neuron the same in spinal ganglion of upper lumbar nerves. Abdominal cavity. From receptors in kidney, plexus renalis goes to plexus celiacus, or from liver, plexus hepaticus goes to celiac plexus, or from receptors in small intestine, plexus mesentericus superior goes to celiac plexus. And from celiac plexus, one way with nervus planchnicus lumbalis, nervus planchnicus major and minor and imus goes to ganglions of sympathetic trunk, then rami communicans albi goes to lower thoracic and upper lumbar ganglion, spinal nerves, and first neuron in spinal ganglions of these nerves. Clear it is. That is one way. Another way from celiac plexus through rami celiaci, then plexus gastricus posterior, then trunci vagalis, then nervus vagus, and where will first sensory neuron? What is this? What is this ganglion of vagus nerve?
Spinal ganglion?
No. Inferior or superior. In most cases that is inferior ganglion of vagus nerve. Inferior ganglion. And second sensory neuron for vagus nerve, that is nucleus solitarius. Nucleus solitarius. And now, you already know that from inner organs, afferent fibers goes to spinal nerves and first neuron in spinal ganglion, or through vagus nerve and first neuron in inferior ganglion of vagus nerve. And now diagram of interoceptive analyzer. That is spinal cord, posterior root with ganglion, anterior root, spinal nerve. Here it is medulla oblongata, pons, midbrain, thalamus, internal capsule, and brain cortex. And we said that one way through spinal ganglion, first neuron in spinal ganglion, and axon of this first neuron goes to spinal cord, and here it is, some fibers goes to substantia gelatinosa, that is second A neuron. And other fibers goes to nuclei proprii, that is second B neuron. And some fibers through fasciculus gracilis and fasciculus cuneatus goes to nucleus gracilis and cuneatus. Second C neuron. Cleatis. If second neuron in spinal cord, from here tractus spinothalamicus anterior or tractus spinothalamicus lateralis. If second neuron in nucleus gracilis and cuneatus, from here tractus bulbothalamicus, and then continues into lemniscus medialis, goes to lateral nuclei of thalamus, third neuron, and then goes to brain cortex. In brain cortex, there is no one center of interoceptive analyzer. It's maybe gyrus precentralis and postcentralis, and lobulus parietalis superior and inferior. I recommend you to answer that in most cases that is gyrus postcentralis and lobulus parietalis superior, but it may be everywhere. Brain cortex in general. That is through spinal nerves. If we speak about vagus nerve, first neuron, that is ganglion inferior of vagus nerve, and second neuron, nucleus solitarius, second, and from here the same through lemniscus medialis. If you speak about sensory innervation of pharynx, pharynx receive innervation not only from vagus nerve. Vagus the same supplies pharynx, but which another nerve supplies pharynx except vagus? Glossopharyngeal. If it is glossopharyngeal nerve, first neuron the same ganglion inferior of glossopharyngeal nerve, and second neuron the same like in vagus, that is nucleus solitarius. That is why it is not only vagus nerve, but the same glossopharyngeal nerve goes to inferior ganglion and then goes to nucleus solitarius. And last, innervation, sensory innervation on the head only through trigeminal nerve. Have you got diagram of trigeminal nerve? Please. That is parotid gland. And from parotid gland, nervus auriculotemporalis goes to nervus mandibularis and first sensory neuron in ganglion trigeminal ganglion, and then second neuron in nucleus spinalis or in nucleus pontinus or in nucleus mesencephalicus. Cleatis. If we speak about lacrimal gland, nervus lacrimalis, then nervus ophthalmicus, and first neuron trigeminal ganglion. Second neuron, one again, nucleus spinalis, pontinus, or mesencephalicus. Sublingual and submandibular glands. Nervus lingualis, nervus mandibularis, first neuron, ganglion trigeminale. Nasal cavity. Rami nasalis posterioris, then ramus ganglionaris, then nervus maxillaris, first neuron in ganglion trigeminale. That is only through trigeminal nerve on the head. In thoracic cage, in abdominal cavity, and in true pelvis, you should answer one way together with sympathetic, another way together with parasympathetic nerves. Clear? But on the head, only through trigeminal nerve. That is why it is receptors in organs of the head. Fifth cranial nerve, that is nervus trigeminus. It goes to nucleus pontinus, spinalis, and mesencephalicus, and from here goes to lemniscus medialis, thalamus, and brain cortex. This diagram present in your manual, give me a textbook. Scheme of interoceptive analyzer. That is my diagram, and you need to draw this diagram next time and in time of mini exam and final exam. And you should answer innervation sensory, innervation of all inner organs. Today you asked me about liver, and we speak about sympathetic, parasympathetic and sensory innervation of liver. The same pass with nervi phrenic abdominalis, the same then phrenic nerve, and phrenic nerve start from cervical plexus. That is why if we speak about sensory innervation of liver through phrenic nerve, where will first sensory neuron? Spinal ganglion of upper 4 cervical nerves, from first till fourth cervical, because this nerve starts from cervical plexus, and cervical plexus forms with the help of upper 4 cervical nerves. Ganglion spinale of upper 4 spinal nerves, and from ganglion spinale then continues to nuclei in posterior horn or nucleus gracilis incuneatus, and then through lemniscus medialis goes to thalamus and brain cortex. This diagram and afferent innervation of all inner organs next time.